Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run.
Awesome.
Everything you
Good
need
boy,
is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.soggyacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a soggy dog. Hey, welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Fuller. Exciting show today. I wanted to talk about what we have upcoming on the breeding front at Soggy Acres Retrievers. And then I also wanted to cover what we cover on training. And then I wanted to talk about hunting season. So those are the three sections of our show today. First up, we have an exciting litter that is coming up that has room. It's a chocolate litter. It is out of our male Tank. Tank has his master hunt title. He's got his HRCH Finnish Hunter Retriever Champion title. 1 Grand Pass. Hopefully we'll get that 2nd Grand Pass this fall. And it is a nice litter. This litter is going to be due here in the next week. We have room for boys or girls. And it is ready to go home more than likely the second to last weekend in September. So when you look at getting a deposit in, so you have to get a puppy from our kennel, or pretty common with other kennels that are doing a great job, you put a deposit in, you have your puppies, you're assigned a take-home time is how we do it. You are assigned a time on a Saturday, and it goes by the order of where you're picking in the litter. And then from there, it's just watching them grow. What you probably don't know is we put all of our litters on YouTube as well as on Facebook and Instagram. And it is something that is fun where you can watch several times a week. You can watch these litters grow. It's really amazing. When puppies are first born, they kind of look like little gargoyles. They're blind and they're deaf for 2 weeks. And during that time, they're in a whelping box. When we have our whelping box set up, we always get oh my gosh, it's so terrible. There's no soft surfaces. I don't have soft surfaces in our kennel because, one, we have a high-end kennel. We have heated floors in floor radiant heat. We have them up off of the concrete on a raised kennel deck. And when you add in your soft surfaces, you can have tragedy because if the soft surface becomes loose, a puppy can get under it. Mom will lay on it, the puppy can perish. So it's keeping it safe, it's keeping it sanitary because we are cleaning stuff 2, sometimes 3 times a day so that you're keeping it sanitary, just like a hospital. And you have these 8 to 10 little lives that are in your hands. You're doing the best you can to keep it safe, to keep it sanitary, and then keep mom happy. Ultimately, mom is there with them. She is feeding them, she's keeping them clean, she's keeping the kennel clean, and then from there it's just giving her an assist. When we have litters, a lot of times we don't post them as far as availability because they're already spoken for. Once we get toward the end of summer, a lot of times like now, it's a little slower, so it's a great time to get into a litter and know an exact take-home timeline. So again, this litter due in the next week. Videos will be up on Soggy Acres Retrievers on Facebook and our Sporting Dog Adventures TV YouTube channel. Go home will be the second to last weekend in September, more than likely, and it's an all chocolate litter, and it should be a great litter. Past that, we've got our Fox Red Female Lacey, who is my wife's favorite dog. She is the one that she handpicked from one of our litters. Lacey is about 40 pounds. She'll be bred to a really nice male that's got his grand title and master title. That litter hopefully will get bred here in the near future. And then we start getting into breeding our litters for next year. It seems early, but in essence, when a female goes into season, to take home on a litter is about 4 months. So that would mean if we have a female that comes into season today, your take home on that litter will be in December already. So start thinking out that far. Start thinking 4 months from now, and that'll really help you when you're choosing a litter. Our kennel, personally, we do between 12 and 15 litters of black, box red, and chocolate puppies. And the litters, generally, we try to get them home after the first of the year through midsummer. We always have a couple of litters later, like now, where it's late summer to early fall. And then during fall, personally, I like to hunt, so it's trying to have litters during that time if you can. Otherwise, not that Mother Nature doesn't make these decisions for you at times, but generally speaking, we have our litters all during that time period, which is getting them ready so that you have them for summer into fall once they're in your house. As far as costs go, our puppies are $2,200. We take a $500 deposit to hold a spot in the litter. And again, we don't put you in a specific litter. Now, it sounds weird to say you're not in a specific litter, but I put you basically in a file so that the first available puppy that there is, you will be offered. So to think of that, if you had 3 or 4 litters that you took deposits on, and let's say one of them didn't take, if everyone was in a specific litter, then you would have to wait months for another puppy. Whereas with what we do is we have people in a litter. If that litter wouldn't have enough males, females, or didn't come to fruition, those deposits would then slide to the next litter. It's the fairest thing you can do for people that are committing to your business, which is what we run, a business. And we want to make sure that people that have committed earlier get an opportunity to get a puppy at the earliest convenience for them. When we have people in a litter, it doesn't mean that you have to take a puppy out of that litter. It just means you're offered it. So what we do is we'll have this litter in the next week. The deposits that we have on hand are ready. Those people will be told, hey, we have a puppy. This is when the litter will go home. This is how many boys, how many girls. This is where you fall in that litter. And then from there, it is, please get back to me in the next couple of days. Let me know this litter works for you. 99% of people get back, tell us, yes, that does work. But there's always the folks that go, oh gosh, we have a vacation, or now is just not the right time. Can we wait till the next litter? So it's not that you have to take a puppy during that timeline. It's just making sure that you get the opportunity. So I hope that helps. It's always nice to come on here, talk to people about what our process is, and then kind of go from there forward. As far as what we do and how we pick our pairings, we breed for, I believe, a classic look where the dog has a nice head. The males are going to be in that basically 68 to about 80-pound range. Females are anywhere from about, 45 to 60 pounds. Generally, most of them 50 to 60 pounds. We do have a couple on the smaller side, like Lacey. And the dogs are bred for a superior temperament because that is their number one job, is to be a great pet. After that, they've got to be bred for that classic Labrador Retriever traits with their retrieving desire, their prey drive, and their trainability. When you look for a dog, I will have people that'll call and say, hey, I want an upland dog, or I want a waterfall dog. It's not that you breed for one or the other. You're breeding for trainability, prey drive, retrieving desire. And then from there, it's training for what you hunt for. So it's keeping that in mind when you're looking for a dog. You want to have that great pedigree with all the titles in it. You want to find a breeder that breeds for temperament, that has house dogs. All of our dogs live in homes, which is very important, because how can you say a dog is a great temperament if they're a kennel dog? And then after that, it's finding someone that has a good health guarantee and that you want to do business with. So I hope that helps with what we have upcoming and how we run our business. Just figured it was a good chance to talk about that before we really get into the bulk of our breedings for 2025. And then also coming up, I want to talk about what we are doing for training and then talk a little hunting. We'll have all that and more coming up after this. If you love the shooting sports like I do, you need to check out our friends at Mech Outdoors. They have fantastic products, whether you're looking at shot shell or metallic reloading, or you want to get yourself a clay thrower so you can practice up for the season. For more information, check out their website at mechoutdoors.com.
Welcome to Boucher in Janesville, where customer service is our #1 priority.
Our customers come back to us because of the experience that we provide for them.
We're here to make sure that we find you the right car, one that fits your budget, and do so in a timely manner.
When we say we ride with you every mile, it means we care about you and how you are treated.
Estamos con personal que habla español en los departamentos de servicio y venta.
Our certified technicians are here to help you with all your service needs.
Visit us today at Boucher.com.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Again, we are all about Soggy Acres today. Soggy Acres Retrievers, that is. And remember, everyone, just once, deserves a Soggy dog. There's my plug. So we used to be very involved in gun dog training and have cut things back a little bit. I decided I needed more time in my life to actually do some things, and I'm also getting older. So we cut out the gun dog training. We're still doing obedience training for about 10 dogs a year. What is obedience training? So obedience training is taking dogs, teaching them the simple commands of hear, heel, kennel, and sit, and reinforcing it eventually with an e-collar, and then having your dog after 3 weeks being completely off lead, where you can have them out. As long as you're correcting them and reinforcing things, you can have them out, you can work with them, and then you can further their training because they've got these basically this floor built with them. One of the most important things with any trainer is working with you, the owner, so that you understand why your dog responds, how your dog responds, and how to get the response you want for your dog. Again, that's the most important thing, is making sure you're a good teammate with your dog, regardless if you just have a dog that is your pet and you want to take them for a walk, or you're going to take a dog out in the field and you want them to listen. We are going to work with you on that and explain that to you so you completely understand it. So that is a 3-week course that we offer here. It is $1,200. We have the dog stay here with us, and then we work with the owners on go home day intensively, and also they're welcome to come back if they have any problems, but it's a pretty simplistic process, so usually we don't have that. But it's working with them on the collar, fitting the collar, what levels the collar needs to be at, how to use your negative reinforcement of the collar. Most important is how to give positive reinforcement so that the dog has a good training attitude. And then from there, just explaining training, explaining the dog so that you and your dog are successful. So that's what we're doing on the training end of it. Again, doing about 10 dogs a year. Do I do more? We can. We're pretty limited in the timeline that we work, and our kennel is much smaller, so it's not like I have a huge area or space for people. But overall, it is something that has worked well. It's fun to do with our clients, and it is a great thing to work with as we help people become that teammate with their dog. You have questions about that, you can always reach out. Again, our contact information is on our website, soggyacres.com. You can call me at 262-215-9683, or you can email me at sportingdogtv@gmail.com. Next up, we're going to talk hunting. It's almost my favorite time of the year, so I am excited about this next part of the show. All that and more coming up after this. The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.soggyacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Soggy Dog. It's Jeff Fuller from the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast, and I need a little help. Please stop what you're doing and give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on the platform you're on. Give us a thumbs up. And above all, share our podcast with your friends and family. Our podcast will grow even more, and we can get more people involved in the sport we love with dogs in the field. Hey, welcome back to the show. It is almost my favorite time of the year. Our season starts off with teal season, September 1st through the 9th. Then we start deer season. Then we start duck season. And then we continue with our deer season. Well, deer season's the whole time, but once we get into mid-September. But it is a fun time of year. It is, when we look at different aspects of recreation, people will travel. I'm a property guy. I love owning properties. I love working on my properties, and I love trying to make my properties a better ecosystem for the quarry that I'm hunting. It is just fun putting out and working on and developing different areas of a property so that it's more habitable for deer, for waterfowl, for upland. There's always nature that you have to deal with. My goodness, did we figure that out this year? Our hunting property has been besieged in water, and our home property, we took a direct hit from a tornado that was about a half-mile wide that engulfed the whole property and wiped out just tons of trees. It changed things. It made things better and worse. And it's taken a ton of time as far as the tornado storm damage, as far as trees. That's taken a ton of my time away from working on the property development. But again, at the same time, my waterfowl hunting area has been so inundated with water. It's high water this year. Last year, we had zero water. This year, we've got high water. It's getting down to a manageable level now, but it's to the point where it's almost been, I guess I didn't have something to do on the waterfowl property because I had so much to do at the house with the tree damage that now we're into August. We got to go check our duck blinds. We got to check our food sources for the waterfowl and kind of predict on where they're going to be. Start doing our scouting. Deer-wise, we had a lot of area that was drastically changed. A lot of it I would guess, will be for the better. But at the same time, deer season at our house this year is going to be very different because we had so much activity where not only was our property running machinery and chainsaws, cutting trees, all the neighbor properties were, so it moved where the deer were. And they're now filtering back in to the waterfowl property. Last year, it was so dry that we had great deer property because they were everywhere. To this year, they're going to go back to a more classic, I guess, location where they normally have been because they don't have dry marsh because now there's water there. And we also had a lot of pheasants last year. So I'm hoping that some of them made it because we started to have a really good pheasant population. But I believe the high water probably has put it in a position where a lot of those birds weren't able to reproduce. So that's kind of on a sad note. But again, nature is nature. You do your best as a property owner and as a hunter to work on the properties you have. And then ultimately, it's just adjusting, working on things in a different fashion when nature decides the direction for that year. So this year's teal season, last year we did not have much of a teal season. Just weren't any birds around because there was no water. So this year I'm very excited. Teal season is a little bit bittersweet for me. It is the time of year that my son Callahan, who passed away a year and a half ago, we would always go up for teal season. That was he and I's thing. A lot of it was during the COVID times, and once he was in high school. They don't start high school till after Labor Day, so we would have this block of time where we could go up and we would just hunt, and we would get stuff ready for our deer season and work on our deer stands after we did our morning hunt, and we just had fun. Wasn't a lot of pressure. There weren't a lot of people around. We didn't get that many birds. A couple of years we did good. A couple of years we did not so great. But overall, it was just a fun time that we got to hang out. So I'll be up there with family and friends this year. Short, my well, skinny guy, but he's always there with me in spirit and in heart and prayer. With that said, it is something that's fun to kick off. It's 9 days that we get out there, we get our action. It's early goose as well. Maybe we'll get a goose or two, but it's just fun to get out because you've spent the whole year cooped up waiting for things to kick off. So that's what we're looking forward to this year and can't wait. As far as deer season, hopefully we'll do as good as last year. I got a nice buck last year. Hopefully we'll have a good year and move forward. Either way, it's still exciting. So Memphis is here. She wants everyone to know that she's still the co-host, even though you don't see her on the show. Memphis, do you want to come up? Hold on a second. All right. Memphis is still the co-host of the show. She feels she hasn't been paid well, so she's been a little resolute as far as not showing up, but here she is. But either way, get a hold of us if you have questions about training. Get a hold of us if you have questions about hunting. Always happy to give our tips, tricks, and anything else we can help with to get more people involved in the sport. And especially look us up if you are looking for a Labrador Retriever and a hunting dog, or just a great family pet to ride in the truck next to you. SoggyAcres.com is our website. Have a great rest of your week. Take care, everyone, and God bless.
Sporty